everyone, I'm Laura Marquez, registered dietitian nutritionist, and welcome back to A Healthier You in 2. May is Celiac Disease Awareness Month, but if you're like many people, you may have heard of celiac disease or even know someone who has it, but still have little to no idea what it actually is. Celiac disease affects 1 in 100 people worldwide, and unfortunately that number is doubling every 15 years. But what makes celiac disease so dangerous and different from just going on a gluten-free diet? Well, distinction number 1 is there's no gray area with gluten for those with celiac. Celiac disease is actually an autoimmune disease, not a food intolerance or allergy. So when someone with celiac ingests any gluten, the body launches an autoimmune response and essentially attacks its own tissues. This results in damage to the intestinal lining and eventual flattening of the tiny finger-like projections in the small intestine called villi. These villi are responsible for nutrient absorption, so when they're flattened, they can't do their job, and widespread nutritional deficiencies often occur. If a person with celiac continues to consume gluten, the villi can't heal, and the chronic inflammation can even lead to an array of other health conditions. And unfortunately, it doesn't take much gluten to cause a reaction, so those with celiac have to be extremely careful about even cross-contamination from shared food equipment, cookware, or cutting boards. This can make eating at restaurants or even a friend's house challenging, to say the least. The FDA defines only 20 parts per million as the maximum amount of gluten allowed in a food labeled as gluten-free, so that those with celiac disease can safely indulge without getting sick. So this brings me to distinction number 2. Symptoms can significantly vary, making diagnosis difficult. There are actually over 200 known symptoms of celiac that can develop during childhood or even adulthood. These can vary from unexplained stomach cramping, bloating, diarrhea, or vomiting, to chronic headaches or brain fog, to itchy, red, bumpy rashes, to no perceptible symptoms at all after eating gluten-containing foods. If you suspect that you may have celiac, the first step is to ask your doctor for a blood test that will look for specific antibodies that are characteristic of celiac disease. But note that you must still be eating gluten for a valid blood test result. After a positive blood test, the next and final step is a biopsy of the small intestine to confirm whether your villi are also flattened. While a diagnosis can be scary, it's the first step toward recovery and reclaiming your health. Thanks for tuning into A Healthier You in 2. See you next time.